I'm Amy Brown. Welcome to Nerdy For, the podcast where I ask different people who are cool and funny and interesting what they're nerdy for. On this episode, I speak with Joel Byars, who's actually still standing in the room. So this is weird doing the intro. Anywho, Joel just had a Dry Bar special come out, and he has been doing comedy for 13 years. He also teaches comedy and has an online community for comedians. He's done so much for comedians in Atlanta and now throughout the world. I love talking to him. We talk about his pen collection, and it's a pen collection. And funnier enough, he's actually not that nerdy, but he's fun to talk to. I hope you enjoy listening to this or watching this on YouTube. Watch it on YouTube. It's better on YouTube. Thanks. Welcome to Nerdy For, the podcast where we find out what people are nerdy for. We have cool people who come. We have the coolest person in the town, especially with this mustache and this shirt. Please welcome Joel Byars to Nerdy For podcast. Hi, Joel.
Thank you for having me. I got all gussied up for you.
You are gussied to the hilt. You look fantastic.
To the hilt.
Your hair is coiffed. Your mustache is coiffed. Your shirt is floral. I love everything about this.
And your glasses are almost, I don't know if they're bedazzled.
Yes, there's a little bit of like, it's kind of like a shark skin.
Mm-hmm.
Shiny on the bottom. Very fancy.
What I love about how elegant this entire studio is, and then you have a Buc-ee's cup just to cancel it all out. Just.
Yeah. Ian Aber gave me this Buc-ee's cup.
Mm-hmm.
For my birthday, and I went to Buc-ee's for the first time driving back from a show in Tennessee, so I thought it was kismet.
Yeah, perfect. Front and center.
I like how you try to talk about how you're a northerner, but you have a Buc-ee's cup in your background.
I've been living in the South for like 20 years.
I know. I'm just saying that you constantly try to cling on to the fact that you're like, well, I'm from the North, but you have a Buc-ee's cup.
Well, I have to say that
yeah.
Every time I'm trying to understand religion and food, I have to be like, okay, talk slower. I'm from the North. I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah, I heard your Andrew Stanley episode of you just ask him religion questions. You're like, you're nerdy about baseball, but no, tell me about religion and why everything you think is wrong.
Yeah, you're like, what's God up to right now? And he's so nice, too.
He's so nice. He's so nice. And I don't want to like poo-poo anybody's thought processes or whatever. I just don't I don't know about it. So I get caught off guard. I'm like, wait, what? Like, what's setting you guys up?
I do feel like if we wouldn't, by we, I mean you, if you didn't bring up religion at all, he would have just had a normal hour-long conversation.
I know.
He would have just talked to you.
He's so fun. And I think it's me being rude. It's just me like, I know that you do this thing and I don't understand it. Like, the elephant in the room, just kind of like you have to.
Yeah, if there's someone to talk
your
about,
mom died.
It's with him, though,
talk about that.
Yeah. Did she? What?
No.
Yeah. He's like, I have to go.
Wait
no,
now.
I got a text.
I don't want to be rude though. I mean, she's already dead. I at least should do the show.
You're gonna need more of this champagne than I will.
We better pray. Let's pray first.
I don't know
you got
how.
Communion right there, so that's good.
This is the fancy blood of Christ because it's champagne, but it's from California, so it's actually just sparkling wine. Okay, I digress. Yes. I have to talk about who you are, and how we know each other.
Sure.
So Joel Byars, how long have you been doing comedy?
13 years.
13 years, and how long have you been teaching comedy?
6.
6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was I like one of the first crops that you made?
You were one of the early ones, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I signed up for your class, my first stand-up comedy class, and it was so nice, and you were so nice and so patient, and you have the best chuckle when someone has a good joke. No one else is laughing sometimes. Sometimes it's just you in the class.
You did Joel's before you did Lace's?
I did, yeah. And I can't thank you enough. I think I did your class twice. It's like an advanced class too.
I think so. And you brought Jose along with you as well.
I did. So when I first signed up to do stand-up comedy, I was so nervous. I was like, I'll make all my friends do it. I made Aki.
Oh, you did bring Aki as well. Yeah.
And she moved to Colorado and she's coming back on Monday to visit.
You all did great though. It was a lot of fun.
I just met Aki for the first time. She was over here, and I bet she's very funny in stand-up. She was just very fun to hang out with.
She's very warm and funny.
Yeah.
And so you now have a legacy of all of these people in real life, IRL, and on the internet of inspiring them to write comedy, write 10, what's it called? Write 10 every day?
You got it.
10 Club.
Yeah, the Right 10 Club.
Right 10 Club.
Yeah, you're doing great.
I was testing you.
My pupil, she is so observant.
Actually, tell him before you forget what our last guest
so our last
said.
guest who was just here, Holly Ballantyne.
Amazing.
She said that you kind of saved her during the pandemic. She did the Right 10 every day, and then after some of her best jokes came out of it, and afterwards she had a new 20 minutes coming out of the pandemic when I was just coming out in the fetal position. This is like and fast forward button on alcoholism. But yeah, she really loved it. And I've traveled. I met a guy in Rochester who do you know Joe Byars?
Oh, wow.
You're international now too. You talk a little bit about what you do.
Oh, well, first off, thank you for all the kind words. And it did start with in-person classes, and then I've been doing my podcast for about the same time, and now over 400 interviews with comedians. But it all during the pandemic went online. So basically for over 400 days in a row, I did a live stream where we would get a random word and write a joke using that word. And then I would give feedback on the jokes. And then it turned into, at the peak of the pandemic, we had 100 people in the live stream, and we were all writing jokes and giving each other feedback. And it turned into this online community where literally now I do hear from comics all over the world, basically every continent except Antarctica. And we're coming for you, Antarctica.
Do they have stand-up in Antarctica, or is it too cold and everyone has to sit down near a fire?
Yeah, they don't have stand-up yet, but we're going to bring it in. Maybe.
I hear they have a lot of STDs.
In Antarctica?
Yeah, what else are you going to do
where all
up
the
there?
Scientists are huddled in together.
Oh, that's funny that in the cold they're burning.
Hey-o! They need some ointment, but then it freezes their junk off.
I'm looking up, there's no real comedy clubs booking, but there is a couple of penguin comedy shows in Antarctica.
Penguin comedy shows?
Interesting.
Oh,
Who books that?
penguins do everything.
I think it's just somebody telling jokes to penguins, is from the thumbnail I can see.
Isn't it just a bunch of scientist lab? Wait, which one's? Okay, hold up. Amy needs everything. Is Antarctica the top or the bottom?
The bottom.
Okay, and that's just mostly science labs, right?
Yeah, there's no one living there
so
except
it's
for
the old
research
folks'
labs.
homes, and they're just what happens in Antarctica stays in Antarctica.
Mm-hmm.
But the penguins are watching, is what I'm hearing.
They are.
Yeah, so that's the only place that wouldn't watch the live streams during the pandemic, and I did it for over 400 days, and then I had a mental breakdown and had to stop.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm great.
Did you wake up with a mustache after the mental breakdown?
No, I just grew this 3 weeks ago.
I love it.
This just happened. My wife and I went on a trip, and I had some stubble, and then I just left it.
Yeah.
And now
right?
it's here.
Now it's here. It's fun.
It's here.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen.
It's sassy.
I don't have any plans.
Do you feel like a new man?
Well, I don't remember it, and then anytime I see someone who hasn't seen me, they're all like, ugh. And I still catch my wife looking at, we were on a walk before this, and she was just kind of looking at me, just she's still adjusting,
right.
I think.
It can get tricky with men's facial hair, because I had a friend whose husband grew out a beard. She's like, ooh, mountain man. And then he shaved parts of it, and she's like, oh, serial killer. You have to, and then he went down to mustache, and she's like, all right, that's better. Yeah.
And I had one at the beginning of my comedy career. That was when I first started comedy, I had a mustache.
13 years ago.
And then I shaved it.
That was the era of the French tickler, but you were like, no, I'm going to do the mustache.
Yes. I leaned all the way in. So it fills out. It does mature. Right now, it's still a little, it's
pretty
maturing.
robust.
But it has to refine. It's a little scraggly.
Is it going to change
now.
color? I don't know how mustaches work.
It works like wine, it'll just, wine.
You know wine.
You know
what hair does?
I just know the older you get, the weirder hair gets. It comes in on weird places.
She's like, is it going to be sentient in a year if you don't shave it?
What's his name going to be?
Feed me.
But I have no plans. I could shave it tomorrow. It's just something that kind of happened organically that we're just going to see where it leads me.
I love it.
If it makes me rich and famous, more power to it.
During the pandemic, I started drawing in my eyebrows because I noticed on the Zoom calls, I don't have any. And it's a game changer. I feel there was this famous actress, and she's like, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the dirt. Anyone gay here? No. Okay.
Who is this? Who's the actress?
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the dirt.
Wire hangers.
Are you talking about what's her face's mom?
Mommy Dearest.
Mommy Dearest.
Yes.
Yeah.
She has eyebrows every time I draw them in, I'm like.
So you think about mentally abusing your children? You
No,
draw in your
I
eye?
just know. Like, I put a window where a window needs to have a window. Like, just that lady.
So are they drawn in right now?
Yes, I put some powder on
You
them.
wouldn't even be able to tell she didn't let you know.
Beep.
Yeah.
That's how good
never
it
noticed.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun to kind of change up your look a little bit.
Yeah.
Keeps it exciting. Like I don't, my eyebrows kind of fade as they get further out. I
Try-
never noticed it
draw
until I
them in
did
a
like
little bit.
Yeah. You
then
wanna-
and then you like get on set somewhere and they do makeup and
They draw your
fill
eyebrows
my eyebrows
on.
and I was like, oh, that's what I look like. Oh, yeah.
That reminds me, you just had a dry bar released. Congratulations.
I did. Thank you so
I'm
much.
so excited for you.
Thank you. I'm very excited that it's out. It's called Marriage Material, and it's my best work yet, and I'm just so
It's very
excited.
good.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I was really impressed.
I've been getting a lot of good feedback. I close it with a Joel Osteen impression, and my mom immediately called me worried because it was like, she was like, it's too good. She's like, you shouldn't be able to do Joel Osteen. Like,
Oh, that's good. I thought she was going to be upset with you because she's like follows Joel Osteen or something.
no.
Okay.
I was in preparing for the set, because that's like a newer bit at the time I taped it. I was like watching Joel Osteen, and then my wife saw me, and she's like, "Are you okay?" She was like worried because I was like alone watching Joel Osteen.
Yeah, she's like, you're changing religions. You're growing a mustache out. Lots is happening. It's too much too soon. Yeah, it's good to have a spouse keep an eye on you.
Of course, yeah.
Can you
she's a
tell
great
us about
teammate.
like that process? Like, what was it like? How did you get booked on there? Did you fly out? Did they? Because I have heard that sometimes they record them and then they sit on them for a year before.
Oh yeah,
releasing
mine
them.
took 2 years to come out.
You probably have completely all different new material now.
Yeah,
2
for
years
sure.
is forever in
Yeah.
material days.
And I grew out a mustache just in time for people to not recognize me.
There you
So
go.
like anyone that finds me, they're like, that's not the same person. But it took
It's
like
like
2
Superman
years.
Clark Kent. They're like, wait a minute. Ah.
You gotta start wearing glasses.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so much fun. Yeah, you fly out to Utah, you do 2 tapings. I got sunburnt the day of. Speaking of makeup, I went on a hike to get my mind right, and then I got completely sunburned.
Were
and
you
they
in the
had to
mountains?
Yeah.
That's closer to the sun in the mountains. That might not
Turns
be true. Is it true?
Turns out the air's thinner over there. I don't know. The sun's
sun,
stronger.
the sun can get through the thin air
so I was
better.
all.
Oh.
I'm already rosy, but this was just like red face. So they
Did
had
it
to-
hurt? Did you
It-
feel sick?
No,
Okay, that's good.
no. It just had to require a lot of makeup.
Okay, and it didn't hurt when they put the makeup on. Did you end up peeling later?
No, it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
That's
just
good.
made me super red.
Just
but it
super
wasn't
red.
that painful.
Sometimes when you get a sunburn, it can be like hot,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're doing like a very important taping where you just like, I'm hot all over and on my face, or was it okay?
I was just overthinking everything. I mean, like,
Oh.
I think the first, you do 2 tapings. The first one I was like overthinking where I should look when I deliver this punchline, and I should look at that camera when I say this thing and all that. And then super uptight. And then the second one I was a lot more loosey-goosey.
Oh, so you got to do twice.
Yeah. 2
Oh, that's-
tapings. That's
two
what 2
tape-
tapings means. I don't know if she was listening the
I
3 other
wasn't.
times I
I
said
was
there's
thinking
2
about-
tapings.
I was still worried about your sunburn. I'm momming out over
You were
here.
momming? Oh, it's
Like,
sunburn. We need some aloe vera.
Yeah, literally. Like, is there aloe vera in packets? Okay, that you can.
But
travel
it's
with?
an amazing experience. I recommend every comedian, if they can, to actually do it. I mean, everyone was so nice. They treat you like royalty. And I just lucked out and had a friend who had taped refer me
Nice.
to Dry Bar and be like, hey, I think he would be good for this. And it all just worked out.
So okay, and then Dry Bar started out on the internet during the pandemic.
I don't know if I trust that. I don't know. I don't
My
know
water?
I don't know what you got going on. in
No, it's
there.
just water.
I'll just bring out a water bottle. I don't
That's
know.
water from that water bottle. Does it smell weird?
Oh, no, it doesn't. But
Maybe
is
we
that a
have to-
Fenton glass?
Oh,
Is that Fenton?
I don't know.
Oh, all right.
Hobnail. That's
Oh, so I was outside commenting your limelights. I'm sorry. I'm so
Yes.
domesticated.
You're very domesticated. I'm very impressed. It sounds like you even have a headboard.
Yeah.
Limelights is a kind of flower, a kind of hydrangea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
A panicle, I believe. Is it a panicle?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We can talk about flowers, but I want to finish this part. I know you're really into flowers now. You have this floral shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Hawaiian? Okay, hold on. So I heard that.
Should we just start over? Let's just start over.
No, never.
Welcome to Nerdy 4.
You just keep that train going. And
Nerdy for ADD. That's what this episode is sponsored by.
all of life is ADD
all
now.
of our ADD.
TikTok has made everyone ADD, ADHD,
So I didn't mean to.
and glowing in the dark.
Okay.
So the Dry Bar used to, for people who don't know about Dry Bar, they used to be on this YouTube, and they came out during the pandemic, and it's these the Wise Guys. No, and
I think the owner of Wise Guys Comedy Club runs it. Yeah.
Okay, and they would have people come record their sets, put it on the internet, and some people popped real hard. Leanne Morgan popped real hard. That sounds gross. And
If you want it to, it does. But I was just rolling with it.
okay, you're so good at not being dirty.
Amy makes everything horny. It's not your fault.
Everything.
It's not
and
at
then
all.
she'll be like, I want to be cleaner. And then you do nothing to be
She
cleaner.
is literally. She talks about it all the time on the show. She's like, "We gotta be family friendly." I'm like, I don't know why you're saying that to anyone but you.
Yeah, you're funny though. Like the dirtiness is not what's funny. It's like your personality and your energy. So like you can be clean and it still be funny.
Thank you. I've been working on it. Yeah,
I can tell.
clean is
Yeah.
green. And I'm
Amen
trying to
to
get a
that.
nice clean hour. But like some places, you're like, oh, okay. And I have a question. This is pertaining to the Dry Bar. I've heard some places you can't talk about duty or poo-poo. That's not clean. You can't talk about drinking beers or doing drugs. That's not clean. But I feel like maybe the Salt Lake City people were rolling with it.
I don't know. They're very particular. It is like a church clean set. Like they're very specific about like what you can and can't say and things like that. I mean, I have a joke where I end with humping the mic stand.
What?
And they cut that. They build it all the way up. And then that last part they cut out, the humping part. Yeah.
Okay. I would not see you humping a mic stand in a million years.
Yeah, and they cut it out of the special, so it's all works.
I feel like you're joking with me right now. Do you really
No.
hump
Yeah,
mic
it's like
stand?
a whole football act out, and then I end with like, it ain't gay, it's football, and it builds up to this thing. So it's like the crescendo of the joke that they just cut off like right in the middle. So,
I'm sorry.
no.
Well, for
no, the
them, they're
joke still
like, it
works.
is gay and football.
Yeah.
Don't say it's not.
Oh, tight end. All of that, right? Yes.
But it's still, the set still went great. That's the only thing they cut out. But yeah, they're very particular. But I mean, there's different definitions of clean.
I feel like so much about comedy is like, oh, you're not supposed to say that or talk about that. Like, you can like get people to laugh because they're like, oh, I relate to that. I remember that. But it's not the same as like, oh no, what's happening?
Mm-hmm. There's a time and place.
The tension. There is a time and a place. That's what my husband keeps saying at Thanksgiving dinner. When I'm inappropriate.
When you're drunk at noon.
I'm not drunk. I'm never drunk.
I've seen you drunk.
You're just
For
steady.
sure.
You're
For
just
sure.
a steady buzz.
Oh,
We did that episode ended with the dinner party.
Oh, yes. We had a wine tasting dinner party and we recorded it for podcast.
Yeah. It will be
We
coming
had
out
it-
soon.
Yes.
It's a ridiculous. It's Voss Sanchez brought all of the wine and we did like a 4 or 5 course meal.
I couldn't feel my face because you have to drink the wine to taste it.
You don't
with
have
the,
to.
Well,
I mean, no, okay,
Pairings.
sorry. You don't have to drink
Pairings.
as much as we did.
it was delicious.
Hilarious.
You can just do a little like, that's
Yeah.
good. Anyways, yeah.
It was fun though.
Thank God for Miyoko and her food, though. That was delicious.
It was good. Anyway, so yeah, you had to do Mormon clean.
Yeah.
Because that's the religion they have out there. I don't know if you know this, but in Utah, you can only get 1.5 ounces of alcohol put in front of you at a time. So that means you cannot have a proper martini in the state of Utah. And I haven't been back since. No.
I know at the taping there was no alcohol, but they did have a break where people just went and got a bunch of candy. So they had like
that's
a
their
candy
thing.
bar. It was just a bunch of candy at the bar.
Yeah. I not to poo-poo on Utah, but I was there one time and I was talking to this lady and she said there's a big drug addiction to pills that you can get from doctors because they're not allowed to drink, and if you're frustrated you have to do something. Well, you don't like have to drink, but there's so there's
Yeah, you're
things
talking about
happening.
America. Yeah.
All of it, you're right, all of America.
Yeah, the opioid crisis.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
It's America.
Have you been to Portland?
Yeah.
It's a mess.
Yeah, United
Yeah.
States of fentanyl is what we're turning into. It's pretty cool.
I know. This got sad all of a sudden. Okay,
Oh.
I'm over it now. So a friend got you sent a tape. You got booked.
Mm-hmm.
They fly you out?
They pay you a flat rate, and then it's enough to cover, and then some for sure.
Oh, that's nice. And then now, do they own your jokes?
No. So I still own all of that. Everything I put on there, I could record on a special tomorrow and release.
Lovely.
I own all that. Yeah.
Cool. But so it used to be on YouTube and everyone can watch it, but now it's behind a paywall.
They put it on their app. Yes.
Yes. And I got their app so I could watch your special.
Thank you. And if y'all use promo code Joel Byars, then I think you get a free month, and I also get a piece of that. Or you can just get the special. You can just order the special, and I get a cut of that as well.
I did it wrong. I should have done that. I'm sorry. Do you want me to just
No,
give you
you're
20
fine.
afterwards?
Like, I'm so sorry.
Venmo.
Here it is.
Yeah. But yeah, so, and then they release clips on YouTube. And then I have friends who they started on the app, and then they moved it to YouTube later. It's kind of, they kind of have it, and they're kind of on their own timeline
Are
now.
you negotiating with them, or do you have like an agent negotiating with them? Or do you have your
No.
wife do it?
Well, I run everything by my wife. Best believe.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
This
So-
is my agent on the phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, honey.
So she didn't negotiate any of the rates, but she makes sure there's money involved. I will say that.
Does she?
There's not, we're not
Does she
doing
crack
this
the
for
whip?
the culture. I mean, she likes me to get what I deserve.
That's
You
fair
know what I
enough.
mean?
Right. As
So-
artists, we always kind of undervalue ourselves.
Yep. But that's changing. I'm definitely in a different mindset around that now.
Nice.
Of
Well,
like-
I think you have enough thunder. Is that what it is? It's not called that. When like you have stuff coming, like motion, like
Yeah.
momentum.
Yeah.
Not thunder. You have enough momentum, like you can like make some like stuff happen. This is very exciting.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, as you know, can't do like a clean hour of comedy. So when someone asks me to do an event for a certain rate and they're like, oh, we only have this, I was like, well, whoever you book at that rate is going to reflect that rate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like comedy is definitely something you get what you pay for. So if you try to cut costs and not pay like a quality amount, you're not going to get a quality comedian, and then the event's just going to suffer because bad comedy ruins everything. You can't bounce back an event from a comedian bombing. Like, so
Everyone's gonna be like, going to the bar later. Like, did you see what he did? Like that.
yeah, and then whoever
Eating
put
all the candy they got there.
yeah. So it's definitely
Stress
something you get what you
eating.
pay for. Yeah.
Okay, I do want to ask you what you're nerdy for. Joel Byars, what are you nerdy for?
So have we
Bing,
started?
ling, ling, ling,
Is that?
Yeah, all of that was just us catching up with all the lights on and my full lipstick.
Well, I am so excited about this.
Ow! You're excited. Okay,
I'm very
let me get my
excited.
pen ready. I'm ready.
Speaking of pins, I am nerdy for pins.
You say that Southern.
Well, we are in the South.
Pans or pans?
Pins?
Pans. You're nerdy for pans.
Pans.
Because you
Pens.
write. And you write. Do you still write every morning for 10 minutes in the morning? With
I
your
do.
pen?
Yeah, we just post a word in the Facebook group now.
Oh,
though.
okay.
I don't do the live stream though.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like a word. A member of the community will post a word every single day, and then people go in there and write jokes and give each other feedback and such.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
That's great. So, what's your favorite kind of pen?
Well, I brought some.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be visual. If
So-
you're listening on while you're walking your dog, Paula, one of my friends, listens while she walks her dog.
Hey, Paula.
Paula,
Yeah.
you can't see the pens.
Paula, pick up the poop.
So the pen that started it all for me is the Bic Atlantis. This pen.
I thought it was going to be like a $10,000 pen you're going to bring
This
out
is
of
the
there.
start of it that you got to ramp
This
up.
is pen number 1.
Oh, sorry.
Relax.
You're
Good
ramping.
Lord.
She's like, I can tell by your Hawaiian shirt you're a man of culture and taste. Riding with a non-$10,000
Do you have a
pen.
Corvette in the driveway?
I thought I looked up to you.
I pulled up in a hybrid Camry. She's like, but where is the Fenty?
Where I feel like you have
Fendi.
a Corvette in the driveway and a hot tub.
No, I mean, I don't, that's very nouveau riche, Amy. All right. I don't do in this
It's
new
in-ground
money
hot
things.
tub. Sorry,
All right.
not above ground hot tub.
I'm not new money. Okay. I don't act like that. So I'm just
So the spa's a part of the pool. It's not separate.
yeah, it's a waterfall in
Okay.
to it. It's a saltwater
That's
pool.
pretty.
You know.
You do know your way around.
I know my way around. I mean, I know rich people. Like
Yeah.
I didn't grow up rich. My parents were educators, but I know plenty of rich people.
Heyo, you've
know.
been in some pools.
I have been in some
It's okay.
pools.
So who did you steal this pen from?
So this pen is the first pen that I ever started. I did an open mic in Atlanta.
Oh, is it the real pen? The actual pen? You haven't lost it? Or is this a style?
This is the style. Bic Atlantis. And now they rebrand it to Bic Glide for some reason.
I like Glide.
But they still say Atlantis on them. But basically, I forgot my pen in my car, and I asked the bartender to borrow one, and she had this one, and I fell
try
in
it?
love. Yeah, so give it a shot
Okay.
there. You feel the click? The click is what got me. The click is like, it's very soft.
It's like muffled. It's kind of like when I have a very clicky pen, and when I'm on the plane and I write something and I turn it off and I turn it back on, and I feel like I'm annoying people. But that's a quiet one.
It's nice. It's a ballpoint. I mean, it's nothing fancy, clearly. I can't believe Amy's touching it right now. She's
Yeah.
going to turn
I
this
got all my-
stone.
She's gonna throw it out the window as soon as she's done with it.
She's like, this is the kind of pen people freebase out of, right?
Yeah.
This is
like you get this at the when you go to the dentist and they're like, here, take a pen.
Yeah, so you can get that at your local Target or whatnot. But
Yeah.
it all started with that. So
Okay, and you had a favorite pen.
the Bic Atlantis is where
Did it write you some good jokes and that's why you're attached to it, or is
Oh,
it?
yeah, I've written with this pen since the beginning. Yeah.
Oh, that's your right. I have a special writing pen.
This has
too.
been my favorite pen. Yeah. What is your writing pen,
So
Miss Fancy?
I
love how personal I took the Bic Atlantis.
Yeah.
She's like, ew, what is it?
Hold
I thought you had a
on.
$10,000 pen like every other person in America.
Yeah, all the other stand-up comics I
And
know.
here she is with a Ticonderoga. I mean, what are we doing here, people? She has a pencil.
I was literally looking for one earlier. My children take all my pens, and every time I go to Target or to the I buy another set of them, but I cannot tell you what they are.
Okay, but they're not $10,000 pens.
No, they're.
Oh, okay.
But they're always sold out, so everyone else likes them too.
Oh, okay. But you don't know what kind they are.
Not right now.
Okay, but what I love about a pen is just, one, writing is just so powerful. I think if more people even just journaled the amount that you can just get out of your head, and you can actually like walk through life a little lighter because you're getting
Your
all
thoughts
this.
are down.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's just a good meditative practice.
And it's also meditative and accessing to like feelings and thoughts you didn't even know you had.
Yeah.
I've tried to write recently and my hand cramped up. I'm so not used to holding a pen.
What do you write with?
Just a pen. I have to go get a pen. We're going to pause this show.
But you,
and I have to go get my
you
pen.
cramped because you're not used to writing with a pen.
Like for a long time. Like I was trying to write in a journal
yeah.
and my hand cramped up.
Okay.
Cramped up. No, we've never done this before. We're pausing and I have to get my pen because I can't.
Really?
This is my favorite pen for writing. A Pilot
G2?
G2 bold, not fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
And but I found like my hand was tired. Like I used to write all the time in my journal.
Those smudge. The G2
They smudge like
I do.
mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a hot mess, but
That's
it's
a
a
real
nice
cheap
like
one.
it's
Yeah, it is a real cheap one.
But they are though. I mean, I know what you're talking about. They smudge. They're fine, but like they
it's so
yeah.
smooth though. Feel that. Smell the smell.
Amy's having a
Yeah.
stroke.
It's so smooth.
It is, and then it's very smooth when you smudge it.
Well, no, you gotta take time to reflect your thoughts of what you just wrote down and blow on it and meditate some more. Ha ha ha. There, I made it
You've
spiritual.
never slowed down in your life. Don't say that like you're mindful of anything you've ever done.
Hey, I am over caffeinated a lot of the time.
Cool.
Okay, so this has started it.
So the Bic Atlantis is the first, and we can kind of go in order.
A box.
This one is it's a David Astor fountain pen.
Ooh.
I actually got this one in Burford, England. Actually, my wife and I just went on a trip over there.
Oh my gosh.
So I got this one as like a memento.
Can't believe you brought some cool stuff. This is so fun.
So
So this
this
is
is-
okay.
oh, now
Let me
it's
explain.
cool all
Let
of a
me explain
sudden.
what's
Well, it's
happening.
because it was in a box.
It
Now
went
she
through
thinks
that.
you have status.
Let me explain to the
She's
people
like,
who
you
are
just
walking
pulled
their
out
dogs.
this other one loose, and it's like, loose pen. Does it even
It's got
smudge when you
loose
write?
change. It's got granola stuck to it. No,
Yeah.
this is okay. The pen you just brought out, the David Astor, like the Astors. Ooh la la! I think that's spelled differently. It comes in a pretty like gift box, and it's silver and has black enamel with silver etching in a grid pattern on it, and it's really
I like that.
masculine.
The
It doesn't
cap.
have a pointy top; it has a flat top and a flat bottom.
But this is the first.
Oh my God! It's a
fount-
calligraphy pen.
Yeah, this is the first fountain pen I've ever owned.
And
So
these
I've-
are hard. Have you used these before?
This is the first one.
Put the cartridge in it. Is it cartridged right now? I went through a calligraphy phase.
Yeah,
all
the
girls
cartridges
do.
are very easy
I
now.
love that you not let them say a damn thing about the pen. She's like, have you used this? This pen you own?
Can I have this?
So this is nice. The calligraphy pen I got leaked terribly when I changed its cartridge the first time, and then it would get all over my hands and whatnot. And
I'm still on the first.
kind of like. Sorry, you go ahead.
I'm still on the first cartridge of this one though. I just got this one.
Okay, this is nicer than one. It has a nice etching on its tipple, tit.
Are they called nibbles?
Not nibs. The nib.
I don't know. I'm new to fountain pens.
Its areoli is nicely engraved.
Yeah.
You can, since he was your comedy mentor for his birthday, you can get him a fancy pen. I bet he would like it.
Yeah, I would love
Oh,
that.
that'd
A
be nice.
$2,000 pen.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, you
and then
can just take that right to
sell
the
it to
pawn
eBay.
shop
Yeah.
and pay some
Turn
bills.
around like, honey, we're going on another trip. I just got this pen from a rube.
This is for signing checks.
Yes. Yes. Big checks.
Big checks to your
Yeah.
wife.
Big checks. We're
Not
manifesting
large
big
amount
checks.
money wise, but just the big,
big
physically
ones.
big
The
checks.
clearinghouse
Yeah, the
ones.
clearinghouse checks.
Yeah.
It kind of can scratch the paper too. It etches it because
Mm-hmm.
it's a sharp thing. FYI.
Yeah. So I really enjoy that one. So that's a
Do you write
fun one.
in your journal about with it?
Yeah, I've been writing with this one a lot. It's just that the darker pen, it kind of messes up the back side of the page. So it's tough to.
Do two-sided.
I like to write two-sided. I like to use everything.
I printed out all of my jokes when I was at a hotel because I needed help, and they printed it out on thick paper. Game changer.
Oh, I love cardstock.
I love cardstock.
Oh, don't even get me started on cardstock.
This is all cardstock right here. This is
like,
cardstock.
is that a 120 pound? What do you got here? Is this a
But
Nemo?
I just printed this is my paper we
Yeah.
have at the house. It's cheap AF, and you can see through it. And so, but I think it was like a UPS store. They printed it out for me, or FedEx, and it was on thicker paper, and you
Yeah,
couldn't see
that's
through it. And
some
as someone who's
cardstock,
dyslexic, not seeing through the paper to the writing on the other side is a game changer for being able to understand what you're reading.
and it's like rough too. It's textured. I don't think mine's textured.
Yours isn't.
But
yours is smoother.
Yeah, I like the texture though.
A very tactile episode for an audio and video podcast.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
Go find what? Do you know the stock weight of that, so people could go find their own? Maybe they can go to like an Office Depot or something and go start to.
Oh yeah.
Feel a little
I just
bit-
go to Office Depot and buy the cardstock they have there.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is all I do.
you can get a lot
Order
for
it
cheap
on Amazon.
You can get a lot.
Yeah.
That we got. Yeah, this is the cheapest paper though.
Give me that thick paper.
I love Joel is like our chaperone. Like
Yeah.
we just keep going all off the rails.
That's,
He's like, come here,
that's my
children.
job
He's like
here.
corralling us.
And Joel is going to have a podcast studio, and he's going to rent it out to people who want to come do podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
P.S. And he produce them. So that's
Yeah,
going to be
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
coming down the road if anyone wants to do.
So yeah,
their
if
own
you want to
podcast.
come, I also have ADHD, so I can be like, hey.
Oh yeah, and I've already.
Yeah,
he
Joel's
he
gonna-
posted about it, and I was like, I hit him up
I've already
immediately.
before we started recording, I was just giving him a little update on the Do You Validate studio that's coming soon.
Do
I
You
just
Validate?
I need people to move out of the damn studios.
Yeah, I'm top of line because every basically my podcast so far I've done it just
in your
yeah.
office.
I've done it in my office, or I've gone and met the comedian somewhere.
that was
the
so.
green
Wait, I'm
room
sorry.
or
You done talking
hotels and
about
stuff.
pens?
I'm not, but so I have two more.
Can
Yeah,
I just say how cool it is that you took the stuff, the equipment, and went and recorded podcasts with all these famous comedians over the last years.
Well, there's a way.
So cool.
Thank you so much.
I'm very
I love
impressed
it.
by that. It makes my armpits sweat to think about how to make sure the sound is getting captured, and then to talk to strangers.
Oh, it's I would always be looking at my recorder, and I'm always looking at the camera to make sure it's on. So on YouTube, people roast me in the comments, stop looking at the camera. And I was like, I'm literally making
Yeah.
sure it's still on.
You give me money so I can hire someone to do it for me.
exactly. Which is why.
That's why I'm like,
that's why
no
you're
one
here.
sees it, but half the time I'm just like, yeah, I'm talking, but looking in the mirror to make sure the reflection shows that the camera's still running.
Yeah, so that's why I'm ready to level up
Yeah.
and actually get into a designated studio space. So when comics come to Atlanta, part of that stop is I want to go to the Hot Breath studio, which is the name of my podcast, Hot Breath.
Which also, if you've been watching watching and listening, Yoshi, Yoshi show was, we talked about Hot Breath on there.
Yeah, we do a
did.
weekly live stream.
And I didn't know this until I heard you say it on your podcast, but Hot Breath was an homage to Fresh Air.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the quick 2-word title, and I just thought of Hot Breath, and it just stuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Let's see those other pens.
yeah, so I've got 2 more for you.
I'm actually excited about it. 'cause
That was 3 syllables.
I do
Pen.
like fancy pens. I just don't have fancy pens because
you talk like that.
well, no, I'm just dyslexic and have a lot of HD, and I don't like writing I don't like physically handwriting. It just makes me anxious, and I do better on typing. But I do love a good pen.
So this one, the next 2 are
Oh
going to
my
be...
God, another box has been revealed,
gonna
and
be
it
the
has a
next-
box within a box.
Yeah.
The next 2 are going to be Lamy pins. So these are made in Germany.
Lamy.
They're Germany engineered.
I think people just didn't know what to give you for Christmas, and they know you're a writer.
Oh, I got all these for myself.
Oh, never mind.
There's a great well, this one was not here, but the next 2 I got at a pen store in Greenville, South Carolina called Truffet. If you love pens,
You gotta go to
this
Greenville.
is your Willy Wonka.
Oh my
of
God.
pens.
Which also it's in the South, Amy. Look at that.
Unbelievable.
There
It's
is
amazing.
a history of Southern literature. I took a class in that.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're like a couple of you hicks can read apparently. Who knew?
Who's crazy?
That's why they all died of alcohol poisoning because they were so alone.
I just love how astute you made that observation. Did you know they write in the South?
Yeah.
It's a crazy
you know they
thing.
write
You know,
in
there's
the South?
literacy.
They don't-
You can read down here?
They don't just tell
Because
the
I'm from
stories.
the north. I don't know if you knew that.
They
or
don't
not.
just tell the stories. They actually write them down. I don't know if they get some help with that, but
Yeah.
they're good stories.
So this one is the Lamy CP1, and you can give that a
This
give
looks
that a
very
feel.
unassuming. It just looks like a basic black pen.
with a
And
nice metal
but it has a matte
etching.
finish. You know how
Yeah.
you know how sometimes they have like a Land Rover or a Range Rover or a Tesla or something, and instead of being a shiny color, it's matte black, and it really catches your eye, and people
Yeah.
pay extra for that. That's the energy I'm getting off of this matte black on it, like pen. It looks different, but it's heavy. Mm-hmm. It's very heavy, and it's
But it's thin.
It's thin. It's well designed.
Yeah.
It's heavier than you think it's gonna be. It's not heavy for a pen, and it's very It's all black, and it has like a silver.
So say, is that a click or is it a twist?
It's a twist because it's actually this version is the one that's part pencil and part pen.
Ah.
Oh my God! It's a hermaphrodite.
The end is an eraser
Oh my goodness.
that you can just keep the cap on,
This
and
is
you
very
can
German.
go one way for the pencil. And one
Yeah,
way
you
for the
might
pen.
not know if you want to use pen or pencil.
What,
I've
what
been
lead
into
type
pencil.
does it take for
Ja,
the pencil?
just as-
I think it's a 0.5.
Ooh, I love a 0.5. I don't like 0.7 personally. 0.5 I think is a good flow.
Yeah, when I started comedy, I wrote all in pencil early on, so I'm getting back into pencil now
Am I
as well.
doing it wrong?
What,
Is it out
oh,
of-
you gotta, and then you click it.
I think I broke his fancy pen.
No, and then
Okay.
you click it up there. Take
Oh,
it
you
down.
gotta click it.
Yeah, like
so you
like a
don't get
mechanical
it-
pencil.
Oh, it's a
Doc-
mechanical
yeah.
pencil.
You don't gotta get that much
Germans
lead
write
out
all
there though. You
in
gotta calm it down.
Germans write all in uppercase.
Did you learn that in the north?
I learned that in Germany.
In northern Germany. The southern part of everywhere is just idiotic.
Oh my gosh.
How's the pen? How does it?
This
How,
is really-
how
how
does it
expensive?
feel? This is for Amy because obviously Joel knows how it feels. How does it feel switching between pen and pencil on it?
Oh, okay. I like it. I think, especially if you are drafting something, if you're an architect, this is really good to be able to like, okay, yes, I'm definitely keeping that, and I'll go now over it with pen and then erase all the pencil underneath it. For me, it would be perfect if I could do it pen or Sharpie, because Sharpie means yes, this is the title of the joke. Pen means these are little tags you need to remember next to the joke.
That's why I gotta use that stock paper if you're using that Sharpie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, for
What
sure.
kind of tip Sharpie do you normally write with? Do you like the fine
I like
tip, the
fine.
chisel?
Well, you start with
I like
fine,
the
and
fine.
Yeah,
then they
yeah,
always
yeah.
get dull after a while. They
It's your anxiety. You're just pressing so hard.
Yeah,
You're
just making it bleed.
Yeah.
Let's see this final pen.
All right. Thank
Oh.
you, Joel. Keeping us on
I'm
track.
I'm honestly excited about the pen.
So it's funny that you mentioned this one feeling like a fancy car because this next pen, this final pen.
cost as much as a car.
No, this one actually, it's
Okay.
It's the Lamy
It's like
Pico.
3 feet, 3 inches by
Yeah.
3 inches.
Ooh.
Boxes this brought out. This is not the size. A
It
pen
looks like a
would
vape
come in.
pen. It looks
It
like
does
a
look like a
jewel
vape or like a laser
Yeah,
pointer.
yeah.
And this pen actually, when you buy an Aston Martin, this pen will come with it.
Really?
Yep.
yeah,
For
there-
sure.
there
Yeah,
you go.
the matte black one. They have a bunch of different colors.
Ooh,
my
here
God.
we go.
Does it come in the glove box?
So let me just here. I just want you to just piddle with it and see if you can figure it out.
If I'm being honest, this looks like a tampon dispenser from
It does look like a
from the
tampon
future.
dispenser. Yeah.
It's but like black and sexy instead of like the
Well, they
boring
finally
white
started
ones.
to care about women, and they did make, they're like, tampons should be sexy. And women are like, we don't want that. They're like, no. If you want a man to buy it, it's got to be black and sleek.
Black and sleek. Okay. I don't even know how to open it. It looks like, okay. I grew up in the country, actually, in the north. And
In the north.
Surprise, surprise. And
So the countryside, not the country. I grew up in the countryside.
Not the country, just countryside.
Like on a horse farm.
They would give
She was on a horse
cattle.
farm. You're not wrong.
Y'all are making fun of me. Listen up. We'd give cattle big things like this that were magnetic. So it would go into its first stomach and capture any metal the cow might eat. And we didn't want it to like ruin the rest of its digestive system. So it reminds me of that a little bit, but it's not that heavy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
For all those farmers out there who are wondering what I'm holding in my hands.
Yes, for anyone not watching at home. So what you want to do, and what's really cool is that little notch right there.
Okay.
There's a metal notch that has the word Lammy on it, but it's actually to prevent it from rolling.
Oh my
Which is a pretty
God.
cool design.
Oh, so it's balanced. Very nice.
But basically, you press that,
Oh.
and it's a pin.
It came
It's
out
a
of
full-length
both
pin.
ends.
And then it can go
Oh,
back.
wow.
Yeah. So I love taking this one to shows and just
travel
taking it on the
pen.
road. It's a great travel pen. And it's just fun to
give it a
piddle
little
with.
go. Give
Yeah.
it a little.
Give
Yeah.
that a piddle there.
Yeah.
Piddle piddle.
Isn't that fun?
That is really fun. I'm going to write down jokes.
Just the word jokes.
Jokes. That is really cute. Was this expensive? Does your wife know?
Well, anything I buy is on sale, but retail that's
You sound
40.
like a housewife right now. I had to buy it. I was going to lose money if I
Anything
didn't buy it. It
Oh
was all
yeah,
on sale.
or it's free shipping. You spend an extra $50,
Yeah.
get free shipping. I had to buy the 3 other things so I could get free shipping and
Yeah.
save money.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah,
was not $40 isn't bad.
that's
Especially,
not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Do
think
you
it's retail.
okay? So this is made to be smaller and not take up a lot of space,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you're traveling or in your backpack. Do you keep it in the 3-inch by 3-inch box all the time when you're traveling?
No. I don't keep them in the boxes, but I thought for effect and
Yeah.
for drama, and I know you're
Yeah.
theatrical
so-
for the theater of the show.
Yeah,
I
we're
thought
in a
I'd bring out the
costume
boxes.
closet right now.
I love you so much for
Yeah.
thinking in advance of putting on a good show for us.
Of
This
course.
is really
Of
lovely.
course. Yeah,
and I never knew so much about pens that like, and especially like they're doing the matte dark, just like the fancy
Yeah.
cars
Mm-hmm.
are. It makes sense that things would overlap like that in the man's like.
Yeah,
pens
yeah.
are
Toxic
kind of
masculinity has gone so far. They're like, hey, writing's not gay, all right? I can make writing cool for you. This one, yeah. It's not gay to write down your feelings, y'all. Yeah.
My luxury vehicle is not gay. It's matte black.
Yeah, you're like, my dad died
It's
at
basically-
52 of a heart attack, and he didn't write a goddamn word in his life.
My car's basically a tank when it's not driving me to the gym. It works for the government halftime.
This pen is also a gun.
Yeah.
It turns into a switchblade, and then it fucks your wife. Lead show.
Now you're selling some good pen ideas, though.
That's
You're like,
pretty
all right,
good.
here's the thing. It's a pen, switchblade, and can fuck your wife. You're
James
like,
Bond.
Damn, okay.
My pen also
Yeah.
has testosterone. I use it to
You put it
inject
to the
myself.
switchblade mode, it just starts vibrating. Like, I'm so sorry, I don't know how to turn the fuck my wife mode off. I'm so I just got this pen. Oh no.
Oh my gosh! You know how you get a new remote and things get out of control. All of a sudden, you're playing music in the upstairs. You don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
What was your favorite? Did you have a favorite?
Did I have a favorite?
Of the 4.
I like the one that's a pencil and a pen. I feel like that's. I just imagine. Okay, when I held your, so when I held your black pen, the one that turns into a pencil, it felt like I was all of a sudden, where like a German architect on an airplane.
On an airplane? Okay.
On an airplane. Hell yes, I had glasses. I had a briefcase,
Yeah.
and
It was designed by an
and
architect.
I'm designing. Yes, I am making drawings. Wait, that's not a great accent.
Yeah, you
was
started
Russian.
a little German, and then you started
Yeah.
to get very Russian.
Meine
Yeah.
Sachen liegen auf
Sound
dem
like a
Boden.
Bond villain.
Yeah.
Ip sie auf. I can only speak there. I said my socks lay on the floor. Pick them up.
Oh, was that in German? Mm-hmm. Oh,
Northern German though.
I'm too blonde hair, blue eyed to be anything German. I gotta stay away from any. Yeah.
You can't go hang out there. Berlin's cool now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's a cool place.
Good for them.
Is this all the stuff about pens?
Yeah, these are the pens I brought.
That was lovely.
What is the what's the pencil pen hybrid running?
Yeah.
This one's like 80.
Oh, that's not bad at
Oh,
all.
okay, how much was your calligraphy?
The calligraphy one was like 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's about.
And you said you got that when you were over in London?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. In Burford.
Burford.
Yeah.
That sounds like the name of a kind of cow.
Yeah, they have. We really wanted to see the thatched cottages, so they were known to have
Oh,
those. So we went over
lovely.
there. Yeah. Have you been over there?
And I
Surprised.
spent like.
She's like, we have a
Yeah.
place in the countryside of the
It's called
Cotswolds.
a country home. It's really an estate. No,
Yes.
I've just done three. I've done 3 days in.
I love rich people.
I've done 3 days in London. That's it. And we went with my children, and we got off the plane, and my younger son was young at the time. My older son was young at the time, and he said, "Oh, I'm so glad the signs are in English here."
Hilarious.
He's dumb because he's new.
Nah.
Stupid kids.
Yeah. When your kids are too old to go on trips with you, I'll let you and Kenton take me.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll say
Yeah.
dumb shit just like them. I'm good at riffing, but I'm not that smart, y'all. It's just a lot of context clues from what I've gathered.
I'm not
from
that
people.
smart, y'all. That's
Yeah.
just a perfect.
yeah.
I'd take you anywhere. It'd be funny as hell.
Yeah.
You always want to eat all the weird candy too. And I don't
Yeah,
wanna
yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's perfect. He's got a pie. I went to Japan.
I told her to get me a bunch of weird candy, and this is what she got.
Yeah, I did. I did a
excited.
gig in Japan and ate a whole bag of those in the airport.
Okay.
The Kit Kats.
You did comedy in Japan? Because I was worried about doing it there because I was having trouble like finding people who spoke English well enough to get like sarcasm and all of that kind of stuff. Like
In Japan?
yeah.
Oh, I performed on a military base.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah,
That's
they all got
perfect.
it.
They did
Yeah.
get it. That's so cool. When
Yeah.
did you do that?
A few years ago now. Yeah, but I flew back early to be at my class. Were you in that class where I flew back?
I might have been.
But I flew back early just because I was like, we're on this schedule and we have to keep it. So I flew back early.
You
from
could have
Japan.
postponed.
Was that part of like a
it.
USO
Oh,
tour?
everyone in class was like, what did you do? It's like, you could have literally, you could have canceled.
You're like, I don't care about the troops, y'all. I came back for y'all.
I just flew
This
back.
is,
yeah,
this
the
is
next
what
morning.
matters.
I wonder what percentage of your students go on to like pursue it, the real like do comedy and don't give up.
I don't know, because a lot of people didn't take the class to become a comedian. A lot of
Right.
people took a class just to get more comfortable public speaking or to learn. They were copywriters and wanted to learn how to write
Yeah.
better or more
Mm-hmm. It's good
engagingly.
for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
or they were in sales and want to create more just rapport with their
Mm-hmm.
clients. Like most people didn't take it to actually become a comedian. But it is cool to see people who take the class and then keep going, like you, Yoshi. Did
Yeah.
as well. So I'm seeing a lot of people. I think Will Foskey was another one who you saw him from open mics to where he is now. It's very cool.
That's awesome.
But the application of comedy goes way beyond stand up. I mean, I started doing sales trainings with like companies to where like I go in and it's like a team building, like part of like an overall conference. It's one of the events where it's like I teach them joke writing and they write jokes together and then they like each go up and like perform them.
I just recorded a friend of yours, Amy Holly something. I forget what her. But she does like she was at like a Samsung like conference and literally was like giving a thing about like how to incorporate humor into your sales calls to like make people like you better, more personable,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like wasn't necessarily about like writing jokes, but it was like here's how you can like use comedy. So yeah.
Yeah, I've been starting to do stuff like that
Yeah.
as well. Is that Heather Tolley Bauer?
That's it. I said yeah. There you go.
She's a
Holly
former
Todd- there
student
we
as
go.
well. Yeah.
Is she? Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, she's great.
Good.
I'm making money out of you because you keep making students in the comedy. They're like, hey, can I hire you for some production? I'm like, yes. That's the double Joel system right there.
Double Joel system.
Yeah, you pay one of us, you'll pay the other one eventually.
This is true. This is accurate. I love it.
Amen. I like money.
So okay, what time is it?
We got like
gotta
10.
Ask the questions now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I have this list of questions.
And I'll actually drink your water. I was just kidding.
Well, if it doesn't taste good, you got to tell me because we have filters in the basement that need changing. Then.
Yeah, that's good. Filters in the basement, not like the Brita filter that you
Not
say
in
you
the-
change it
not
every
in the
3 months,
fridge.
but you
this
don't.
This is not fridge
Yep.
water, okay?
Yeah.
This is a special lever by
This
the
is
sink.
basement water, y'all. It's got.
With the well down there.
Yeah.
Well, water is good. That's another thing I'm nerdy for is water. I love
Oh.
water.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're gonna ask you a series of questions to find out how nerdy you are and what kind of nerd. Oh, I forgot to label our last. Holly was on the show at Valentine, and I forgot to tell her what kind. I'll do it in her intro. So okay,
Ooh, you're not even noticing the mustache comb
goodness.
right
I'm
now.
getting ready
He's
for this round.
Combing his mustache. Do
Yeah.
you get food stuck in that?
Not yet.
How about pussy?
Pause.
Yeah.
You're not dragging me down with you, Amy. This is not my first rodeo, okay?
Your wife's name's Erin, right?
Yeah.
I bet
He's
her
like,
once.
moving on. I believe you had some questions,
calling
non-pussy
your
related
wife.
questions for me.
I'm
Yeah.
calling your wife. Okay.
She was excited I was coming here.
Yeah, call her. Just be like, your husband's respectable. I couldn't drag him down to my level.
Okay. Have you ever been to a Rush concert?
No, I'm young.
Oh, okay. Ouch.
Yeah, and he was like, questions are over. Podcast done. Thanks
That's
for
what
coming.
you get for the $10,000 comment.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go
We're
cry in the
even.
closet. Okay. Have you ever stood in line for like a midnight release or to like be the first one when something opens in the morning?
I did for Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
3-hour movie, terrible idea. I fell asleep like an hour in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, I did do it for that.
Okay. Check. Do you have a card collection? Baseball, postcards, Pokemon.
Say Pokemon
Tarot.
again. Say Pokemon again.
Pokemon.
There we go.
I don't.
Okay. Have you ever owned or held a pet tropical bird?
No.
Do you ever have a pair of fairy wings, or have you ever worn a pair of fairy wings or angel wings?
Any kind of wings, honestly.
No. No. I was trying to think.
This is going great.
I did comedy at Frolicon one year, and I was trying to think of
Frolic Con?
Frolicon.
Yeah, it's a fetish and kink convention in town. It's a fun time. They're all very nice.
Did you do an hour of cleanup? Frolic Con?
It was like a showcase. So, but we did it in
What'd
there.
you show? Wink?
Oh, pause.
Your case?
They weren't paying enough for that. But I was trying to think because I ended up in overalls at one point, but it wasn't.
Do you
wings.
remember before the part? Did they drug you and then you woke up in overalls?
No, I had overalls on. I just remember putting something silly on. I couldn't remember if it was wings, but then I remembered it was
Okay.
overalls.
They're fun people. They like clean comedy too. I used to do stand up there back in the day.
Yeah, funny.
Where is
I mean,
it?
funny is funny.
It's just a yearly convention. I think it happens. It's like in a hotel by
It's
the
like a
airport.
hotel. Yeah.
Is it like a week or before Dragon Con, like to get
No,
your
I
your
used to
appetites
be
going?
around Easter because of Easter's about fertility, but I don't know when it is anymore.
I don't know. I haven't been in years. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like it's not like sexy
thing.
or it's
Oh.
like a truck stop. Like it's like
Yeah, people just
people-
go. It's just like people. They're like, hey, I'm horny for stuff, but also I want to go to a convention. That's
yeah. It's and the people are just like walking
I love
around.
America.
yeah.
Yeah, there was a lady
horny
on the
for
front
stuff?
row just getting latex taken off, like just in the middle of the comedy show. I'm like,
Latex what? Taken off.
she was just like, they did like latex molds of their body, and they were just like peeling it off. of
Oh,
her
that's
during
not
the show.
distracting during your set.
Exactly.
That is amazing. That's like the wildest thing I've ever heard happening to somebody in an audience when someone's trying to do stand up.
Yeah, that's
Did you have anything crazier than someone getting latex taken off their body while you're trying to do stand up?
I mean, someone tried to put the mic stand up their butt.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's getting dark in the clean comedy world.
Well, this
isn't clean comedy.
This isn't clean comedy.
This is like
you could do clean comedy there and still do well, but
yeah,
it's just,
this is like 2 or 3 years into comedy, desperate for stage time, and will literally perform anywhere. I was doing
I'm
strip
still
clubs
there.
back then,
You did
and like
strip
public
clubs?
buses,
No one
and
wants to hear
nightclubs.
from a guy talking when there's like naked ladies as an option. No offense, even with the mustache.
Oh, I'm just letting you know. The early days were dark.
Early
of
days
this
are
comedy
dark.
game. Yep.
Early days are dark. Okay. Have you used AI at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
I mean, not a lot.
What
I
do you
would like
use-
to use it more.
What do you use it for?
I usually use it for like YouTube. I like brainstorm YouTube titles or summarizing podcast episodes for like podcast show notes.
Does does the AI listen to your YouTube and then say like what the major words were in it?
You can upload a transcript and you can say summarize into 5 bullet points or summarize as like podcast show notes or
We
a
don't
blog
do
post.
transcripts.
No, transcripts are it's a lot of work because you can
YouTube-
you can transcribe stuff for like with YouTube and AI, but it is not going to be that accurate.
Yeah, YouTube automatically transcribes stuff also.
Yeah.
So your episodes on YouTube have a transcript attached to them.
It's just not super accurate.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
So I haven't used it to where I was like, oh yeah, that was awesome. It's more still like just playing and tinkering and figuring out better prompts and
But
stuff.
that's pretty much what the use of AI actually was like designed for. Is like, oh, take out the really basic mundane work and just like focus on actual things.
Are you
No.
worried that AI is going to take over? And
No.
do you bring it up in cocktail parties?
No.
Okay. Do you know all the words to any musical?
No.
Okay. Have you read Ready Player One?
I've seen it.
Do you watch it?
I watched it, yeah.
Did you like it?
It's very good, yeah.
Did they make Ready Player Two yet, or is just the book out?
I don't think
I
there's a
think
movie.
just the book.
Yeah. Spielberg made it, right?
Yeah,
The
he made
movie?
the first one, but
Yeah.
I don't think they made the sequel.
This is okay. So then one of the questions is who wrote Lord of the Rings, and you already know totally who.
J.R.R. Tolkien.
I'm telling you, that's not that nerdy of a thing. That's a pretty widely known
know.
fact.
Yeah,
I'll
'cause of the
change. I'll
movies.
change the
I'm just saying-
questions
I'm just
before the
saying.
next
I'm just
podcast, Joel.
saying.
I'm doing my best.
You get surprised that everyone gets that one, but I'm just like, that's a.
Jeez, I don't know if you want to work with him. He's very difficult.
She's like, I'm only here to avoid my
Yeah.
family. Give me a break.
Yeah.
I know. I get enough of them telling me I'm doing things wrong. I don't
I'm
need
not
it
saying
at work
that. I'm
too.
just saying you get surprised that everyone gets that one, and I don't think it's like a
I
super. I feel like it's even a bit more pop culture at this point than it is a nerd fact, just because he's so much in the zeitgeist.
Yeah, the movies
Yes.
made it very mainstream.
Yeah.
Did you read A Hobbit?
No.
Did you read Silmarillion?
No.
Okay. Are you scuba certified?
I'm not. No.
Okay. Have you ever won an attendance award?
No.
Okay, you're not doing well on this. No offense, but you. Okay. Can you swim the butterfly? I might have to bring out some of these old ones.
No.
Have you ever framed a puzzle?
No. That's a good one though.
Have you ever been to allergy camp, Bible camp, riding camp, space camp, math camp?
I was a camp counselor
Just a regular camp,
at a YMCA camp.
YMCA.
Mm-hmm.
I'll allow it.
You'll
Okay.
allow it.
Do you ever have an
Sorry.
aquarium?
No.
Do you know how to do ham radio?
No.
Do you know Morse code? Do you? Is that no? Do you play any instruments?
No.
Okay.
I wish.
Do you have a coin collection?
I do have the 50 states, like the
Yes.
state
Did you actually make it
quarters.
to the end?
I filled out the entire.
You know what? That's the same Joel that had to fly back from Japan a day early for his class. No one else we had on here actually finished it. They
I did,
I
yeah.
started with my grandpa, and then he died, and so I gave up.
Still have it.
He's like, that's good for you. That's very, yeah. I can see that about you because you continue with things. Like you're a hard worker and you keep going, and you're the only person that finished that. Do you have a sword?
No.
Have you ever held a sword?
I don't think so.
Have you ever written fan fiction?
No.
Do you have a tattoo?
No, I have moles.
Do they make a constellation?
those are
I can
God's
make a
tattoos.
tattoo out of that.
I have one on my lower back. I call it my Gramp stamp.
Oh, it's a little dipper.
A little dipper. Gramp stamp is still funny. I just wrote that joke last week
That's
and it
good.
hasn't worked yet.
Oh,
The Gramp stamp.
the Gramp stamp.
I like it.
We could get some liver spots. Is more like grandpa's.
Yeah, I'm working on a bit about the analogy between like a mole being like a tattoo, but it's very new. But I think it has legs.
Moles, yeah, moles are funny. I think moles are really funny. Have you ever been stuffed in a locker?
No,
Can you swim the butterfly?
I think
Everyone keeps saying that, and you cannot. You can't think. You either know or you can't do it. It's very hard.
Oh, is it?
I'm getting competitive
you?
again. Yes, I used to swim the butterfly.
because it's very hard and you can only do hard things.
Yeah, I gotta take this. This question makes me mad every time I say it because people are like, "Yeah, I think I could figure it out." Like, no, you can't. It's hard.
I mean, it's just this.
That's what people keep saying. You're the second person to mime that in that chair today. I will not have it. Okay. Do you have a cape?
No.
Okay. What? Okay. This is the last question.
Okay.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen's looking pretty good these days.
Oh, you just want him for his
Pretty
bald head and his
slim.
money. You just want him for all of the vitamins he's taking. Do you want to eat him? Not like that. Like, Because he's probably like grade
Like
A
his
quality
groceries?
organic meat.
Oh.
You just like chase him down in the woods.
Oh yeah.
He definitely wouldn't kill you first.
Definitely not. Yeah, I like that one.
You like Joe Rogan? Is your celebrity crush?
Oh, Seth Rogen.
Oh, Seth Rogen. I
Seth
thought I
Rogen.
heard Joe Rogan. Who's
Joe
Seth
Rogan.
Rogen? Is that
Seth
let me
Rogen's
Google it.
he loves weed. Pineapple
Oh
Express.
my gosh,
he's
he
in
wrote
the
a book.
He's like slimmed down.
Yeah.
Yes, and he's from I read his book. He's from Colorado.
His
No,
yearbook. You read?
Canada. Yeah.
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, Colorado, Canada. You know, they're so.
I'm just
Same
dyslexic.
Same thing.
Listen, ADHD.
I told you I also am dyslexic. You can't pull that card on me.
I raise you. I can't spell neighbor
He was.
or exercise.
Funny enough, though, Seth Rogen was in
Calendar.
like Neighbors. It was a 2-part movie series. He was.
Oh.
Yeah, with Rose Byrne, he's currently in Platonic with on Apple TV. It's a very fun show.
I like anyone who is multifaceted. They do like a bunch of different things. So like he started as a stand-up when he was a teenager, and then he writes movies and he stars in movies, and he has his own business like houseplant. So I like someone who does a lot of different things. You know,
He's got his finger in a lot of pies. Yes.
yeah.
You're good. You're good.
Polymath, perhaps.
Oh.
Is that a word? Polymath, someone who's proficient in a lot of different things.
I think you kind of have diversified your risk by
a person of great and varied learning.
Look at you, fancy.
Look at that.
A
That's a
mustache.
$10,000 word right
That
there.
mustache is
Yeah.
paying off.
Can't write that with
$10,000
can't write that with
pen.
a smudgy pen.
No, you could not. You have done very well diversifying, I would imagine, your incomes by doing all the different kinds of things you can do in comedy, teaching, podcasting, interviewing, doing the comedy, running shows. You're the Seth Rogen of Atlanta
Whoa. Well, thank you.
with less weed, I'm guessing.
Yes. No. Yeah, I'm sober. Yeah. But I think especially during the pandemic, I don't ever want to be that vulnerable again of like I was unemployed overnight basically. So it's and I had a few things like I taught classes and things like that, but then overnight there's nothing in person, so you got to get clever. So now I have like an online comedy school with classes there, and you can now like the YouTube channel is monetized, and I also do. I mean, I do things on like Amazon. You can create content on Amazon, and then you get paid for people that buy the product after watching your video and stuff.
That's so cool. Like
and then-
Amazon Prime?
Like Amazon Shopping.
That's
like if you
wild.
search a product and that someone's created a video about, and you watch that video and then buy it, they get a cut of that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it's just I'm always looking for multiple streams of income now more than ever for sure. So
That's really smart. I wish I'd started talking to you about that at the beginning of the podcast. I'm going to have you back to talk about
we can nerd out on money. Yeah.
right? I have a degree in economics.
Oh, do you?
I know. I have not used it.
I think you're doing something right.
I don't remember anything. Wink.
Yeah, she married a very smart man. Yeah.
But you're an interior designer, right?
I was. Yeah. Do you see?
This is new. This is all new.
Buc-ee's, that's what I see. Yeah.
Oh, your
Yeah.
eye goes right to the white trashy part.
Well, before we wrap up, Joel, give us your plugs.
Yes,
where can
please.
everyone find you? And then throw that the dry bar plug
Yes.
again too.
For sure. Yeah, the comedy special called Marriage Material is available at drybarcomedy.com. And my podcast is called Hot Breath. And that's on YouTube and wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts on audio. And then my website, joelbyerscomedy.com, you can see my self-produced comedy special, The Trophy Husband. And
It's a good one at the Basement Theater.
it was.
R.I.P.
Yeah. And you can also contact me, social media or on my website, if you'd like clean comedy for your event. Yeah.
Hire him. He's very good, and I think everyone would have fun.
It's very true.
Yeah, it's not dividing a room ever.
No, I've done everything from fundraisers to church events to
Funerals.
colleges. I haven't done a funeral. I've had some shows that were a funeral. I have had some shows early
we
on.
all have.
Yep.
Joel Byars, thank you so much for coming on Nerdy 4. I'm so happy.
Thanks
you're
for having me,
here.
Amy.